Hello everyone, Sangeeta this side, and today I'm going to review this art of Miyazaki, Spirited Away. So the purpose of making this video is to, share with you the different, artworks that are present about the movie. So let's do not waste any more time and get started. So this is the cover, and the first thing that I see is this note. This is my first, an art book, and I got this as a gift from my roommates when I was there in Bangalore. So Monomiko, if you're watching this video, thank you so much. So moving on. Basically, this is an art book, so you have to expect a lot of art in this case. So this is a pretty iconic entry artwork for the tunnel area. I will be quickly glancing through all the artworks that we have. So the paper quality that you get is like really incredible, and all the prints are super HD, and it's almost like holding the film in your hands. So since you know that Studio Ghibli films are super detailed and at multiple levels, so it's incredible to see all these artworks and the details that have gone into making it. Yeah, so moving on, we will move on to the contents. So yeah, this is one of my favorite sections because it talks a little bit about Miyazaki, and this is a section from which I got to know that he has a degree in political science, which explains why his movies are also a lot political. And as we move on, there are a lot of character sketches about the film. These are all handmade by Miyazaki using watercolors. So you also get to look into these. So many of these artworks. Yeah. So I'll just quickly move on to other sections where, right from the concept art about the entire city planning, we also get to see the different characters. So that gives a lot of insight into the character's life, which is otherwise super absent from the movies. So I'll just quickly go there. And yeah. So from this point onwards, we read about all the characters and how their characters were developed, why they were created in a particular way, and what was the thought process behind making the legs skinny or the head a little bit larger. So all the cleaned up sketches are also here. So through this book, I got to know that Chihiro's mother was called Akio, and parents were called Akio and Yuko, and that her surname was Ogino. Then we have like a lot more concept art prints from the film, and also the philosophy between paintings, because in the film they really transition from a real world onto a spirit world. So how do they depict that or incorporate that in the paintings or in the concept art of the film? So all of that has also been incorporated here. Then we have a little bit more details into the tunnel, the concept arts. The town space that was pretty empty when Chihiro and her parents discover it. We also get to learn about the color design based on red, which is also a prominent color and also a very religious color, in Shinto religion. So since this was very, spirited sort of thing, and there are a lot of gods in the film, so red is a very prominent color throughout the film. We have some more concept arts, and then the incredible bathhouse, the prints, the fine prints of that one. We also have more prints, the harbor, and then we get into the character sketches of Haku, of why he was made the way he was. I will just quickly glance through all the pages. The deformed beings. Now this is an incredible shot that I feel is there included in the book. So the other thing that you will learn from this book is that some of the characters like Kamaji were pretty prominent and their names were spelled out. But these food sprites, I do not know about the translated versions, but I got to know what their real names are or what are they actually termed through this book. So Susuvatari is what they are termed here. Coming to the bathhouse and the other architectural mixes, it is interesting to see, or read about where the inspirations are, which is very much Edo Tokyo open air architectural museum sort of thing. So all the elements of Japanese architecture are pretty much incorporated into the film as well and written about it in detail. Now, Yubaba is a character which is more contemporary in nature, and one of the things that struck out for me was when they want to incorporate a contemporary character, particularly a female one. The character, the animators or the sketchers, they typically struggle with that, and the way they want to bring out is through makeup and jewelry. So here we can see, the eyeshadows on Yubaba, and the same goes for uh, Chihiro's mother as well. I'll just go back here a little bit so you can see her wearing earrings and lipstick as well. So they and I'll just read out this paragraph to you. The mother too is unprecedented in Miyazaki's films. She is a no-nonsense contemporary woman. Mother characters depicted in Miyazaki's films tend to be nurturing and kind, but Yuko is the opposite type. She wears earrings and lipsticks. Originally, Mr. Miyazaki illustrated the mother with a permed hair, wearing gaudy makeup. I thought that made her look too middle-aged, so I gave her a more cool image. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that so far when they want to portray something, particularly a female character who does not fit the template, the animators and sketches typically struggle with that. And I've also written about it in one of my articles that I will be linking down below, giving the entire Spirited Away or viewing it in a more gender lens. So I'll just quickly go through some of the pages that we have already seen. These characters, you have the fine print from your Baba's office. Yeah, so this is another thing that is super interesting is the three heads that you see in the film. I did not know that they were called as the Kashira. So yeah, like I had mentioned before, that number of things, the names of multiple things are not evident when you're watching the film, particularly when you're watching a English translated version. So it's good to know the terms from this book as well. Yeah, we have some more characters, particularly No Face and all of that. Rainy evening. I'll just quickly go through it. Yeah. So here is another thing that I noticed when it comes to depicting female characters is that we are acquainted with the frogmen. They are like one of the first type of beings that Chihiro sees when she crosses the bridge. Now Lin here is depicted that she looks very womanly, like she does not look deformed or not something like an animal. Let's read out this paragraph here that says, we first came up with the idea of Lin actually being a transformed weasel or a sable. Her eyes and mouth were so large they almost stretched beyond the outlines of her face. In the end, we had her look like an average woman on the tall side. She didn't have a long face in the designs. Mr. Miyazaki elongated her face. Ando is the chief animator for this film. Yeah, so this was another perspective that I wanted to bring, that it's pretty evident how the animators and also Miyazaki struggles to portray female characters in a little bit more different light. The way he can do it for Frogman. Moving on, some more background art about the workers' quarters, bathing quarters, and all of that. Corridors, like again, this goes into the architectural inspirations. Food Spirit, River Spirit. Um, yeah. So I'll just quickly go through, just show you like this, like all the print versions of the film that you have over here, and then quickly move on to the other section that I found the most intriguing here. Yeah. So, Swamp Bottom. So, if you remember, the name of the place that Chihiro is supposed to go is called Swamp Bottom, which I also find it like super interesting. Um, Now, all the Japanese films, incorporate the concept of ma, which is a Japanese concept again that uh, aims to introduce meaningful spaces between things, so that things don't lose their value, and the principle is adopted through these scenes. So if you remember, it's just maybe like this is a 2 or 3 second scene where nothing happens. It's just as if you are just Chihiro and glancing out of the window. So these are the ways how Miyazaki or Studio Ghibli in general introduces the concept of ma. Then we have Yubaba's twin sister's place, and Zeniba. And we are at the final stages of the film. And yeah, so this is how it ends. It says a promise that the two of them promise to meet again, but we know that does not happen. Them returning to the normal life, and Chihiro being a changed person. So here also this particular shot reveals how transformed she is from being a lazy kid who was just slouching at the back of the car to someone who is like more determined, and it is visible from her stance here. Now, one thing that struck out to me was the how they had made the water effects, because if you say that a particular movie is 2D, then you do not expect these kind of effects in the film. So yeah, so here this is where the entire thing is like super digital, and they talk about how they achieved a particular effect for this water, or for this river god, and they say that this is a total digital film, but they did not make technology overpower the art that was present in the movie. And this is how the book ends, at a very technical note and also at a very artistic note. And from this point onwards, we have the script and the dialogues for all the characters. Yeah, so this is how the book ends. If you're a Studio Ghibli fan, or if you are just a Spirited Away fan, I recommend that you buy this book, because it is a treasure to behold. I have some more art books that I want to talk about. Yeah, so stay tuned. I'll see when I can upload them. Yeah, bye for now.